Hi, it's Jo from Jo's Family Creates. This was a special request in the beginning of the year, and it's taken me this long to videotape it, so bear with me. I apologize. This is a homemade tissue tape that I made myself, and I also made my own tape dispenser from a Saran Wrap box. I saw this originally, Gina on My Scrap Room, I believe she did one, and I thought the idea was so cute, so I copied it. So yes, Gina, I copied it from you, and thank you. And I used Tim Holtz papers, I used gesso, and I used pink acrylic paint, and I used lace, and I used some flowers. I can't remember if they're Prima or Petaloo. They were just white flowers, and I colored them. And some little, those accordion flowers I put together. And I stuck all my tape on the roll and then wound each one. And it works pretty good. So, and now I'll show you how I made the tape. Okay, I started out using the backing from my Xyron. You can use that. You can use, what I used was the back to this tape from the Dollar Tree. I went to go use it one day and it didn't stick, so I started thinking what I could use it on, and I believe they go up to 100, and then each one has a tear. You can tear it apart and then start another strip. And my daughter used this part to decorate her cat, so I guess that's all that's good for, other than sticking up on her bedroom wall. So this is the part that I used. And originally, when I'm doing this, I'll take a couple pieces and stick them together and do them at the same time. This is some homemade glue dots that I made from Aliens Tack It Over and Over. And I used one on each end of the strips. You want to do that so they don't move around. You see how squirrely they are. So, oh, and I lost the glue dot on this end. Okay. I'm going to tack that down. This part, you won't need anything to protect your surface, just a cloth to wash up the glue when you're finished. You might want some warm water and some soap. And right back, I forgot something. The most important. I use tissue tape. Used tissue tape. It doesn't have to be new. It can be used. It can be loved, like mine. It can be decorated tape. I mean, tissue paper. Excuse me, I keep calling it tape. Or plain. And I'm going to use plain because I want to decorate it. Oh, this actually has some wording on it. I don't know if you can see it. But sorry for all the noise. Okay, flatten that out. You'll want to take your Aliens glue and from one end to the other, I just swirl it, and it'll bead. It'll bead up like that. That's okay. It still works. Okay, you may want to use more, but then what I'm going to do is you can either use a foam brush or your finger and just spread that out. And you'll see that it's beaten up. And you'll want to let this set for a minute or two so it will remain tacky instead of acting like a glue. And so while that is setting up, I want to show you. Okay, this I prepared for you, and it has set overnight. I haven't cut it yet. And this portion is ready to be decorated. And I've gathered some inks. I'm going to make some Halloween tape today. I got some black soot, spice marmalade, and milled lavender distress inks, and tuxedo black, Tangelo, and sweet plum memento inks. You can use black StazOn. If you're going to ink over, you'll want to use a permanent ink, but I'm not worried about that today. Just for video purposes, I'm going to do it this way. I have some stamps already loaded on some blocks. What do we use? Let's use some bats. Actually, let's go ahead and ink up a strip. I'll show you how I do that. You will want to protect the next strip of tape that's in line. So I use I usually just grab a scrap sheet of paper and do this. And then I just start inking it up so you can get a nice light background. And then you can grab a purple witch. Witch. Okay. Gotta get these stamps right. The other day I kept calling them Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo. These stamps are from Hampton Arts, excuse me. I'm going to try and do it upside down for you. Let it soak in for a moment. We have witch. Let's try Happy Halloween. And Memento Black. And we'll stamp. Okay. Happy Halloween. And I got some ink on my block. Get that off. What else will we? Let's do. Do I have any pumpkins? Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and stamp them in the orange moment to ink. Oh. And yes, I know. I see that. And then you can continue that on down your stamp. And then when you're ready, I usually set these aside and then go on to another batch. But now this is ready. And we'll go ahead and set our paper right down on that. Because we can cut off the side, it doesn't matter. And then what I do after this, I do let it set overnight in case the paper is still wet. It has a chance to completely dry, and the tape, the glue will adhere to it, and it won't be wet. It'll just be sticky. So then, did I bring scissors? No, I did not bring scissors. I'll be right back. Now you can use scissors or a knife to cut your strips, or you can leave it until you're ready to actually use it. And actually, with the tissue tape, it may just even tear. You may not even need but that's if you want a rough edge. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Want to keep it clean instead of the rough edges. And it's okay if you go off into the other strip. I mean, I'm not going to keep going down. So I can keep this pretty short. And then, yes, I know my nails are destroyed. I've been trying to organize my stamps and they're full of black ink. And here we have tissue tape. Now you will want to be careful. See how I did that there, but you'll want to be careful. And then you can start using it on your papers. Sticks pretty good. Ooh. See that? But yeah. They actually work very well. You saw how I decorated mine. I used Prima stamps, Glitz stamps. I used Tim Holtz stamps. I used all kinds of stamps. I just had a lot of fun. Most of the inked backgrounds, I used the Distress ink as a background and then used StazOn ink and Memento on top of it. And yeah, as you can see, I did use a lot of the Memento colored inks on top. And I even, on some of them, I stamped with black, or excuse me, I stamped with silver and then went over it with a black. And here I stamped with a gold and went back over it with a black, and it come out really good. I don't know if you can catch the glitter from the ink, or the shimmer, I should say. I don't know if you can tell, but that gives it a little more character. And you can decorate these strips to match your scrapbook pages, your mini albums that you're doing, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. So I hope you try it, and I hope you like this method. If you do, let me know. If you have a your own way of doing your own tape, why don't you share it with us? Thanks a lot. Happy crafting. Have a good day. Bye.